Truck is shuffling, baby. 3 hours and 23 minutes to drive, and let's do a whole freaking life till we get there. Everybody's welcome to comment down below, even after the video is heavily edited and pre-recorded afterwards. Comment down below. Let me know all kinds of shit. What do you guys want to talk about? Heading to Oakland, California. We picked up 42 plus freaking pounds, 1,000 pounds of beef from Colorado. And we got a long way to get there in a short time. Long way to go in a short time to get there. Yeah, that's how that song goes, right? You ever think about this shit? What's up? Yeah, what up, man? Cauputino, argentino. Of course, man, I always gotta remember you. It's hard to see the BC. Oh, Franco Colapinto. ¿El de verdad o qué? ¿Colapinto de verdad? Yes, I'm from the United States. I'm actually driving in Wyoming right now, heading to Oakland. No, I thought you were Colapinto, man. Yo pensaba que eras Colapinto de verdad. Dije, no puede ser Colapinto, me está mirando. Oh, nice. Awesome, man. Perfect. I don't know, do you speak Spanish or English? Because this thing translates for me. happening. Hold on, I gotta pass these people. Let me show you. Having a little bit of traffic here in the mountains in friggin' Wyoming, man. Getting it done, people. Got a load full of freaking beef in the back. More beef than you can ever imagine is in the back of this trailer. About 42,000 pounds. Seven chat. It was raining most of the time, and it's getting better now. Guys, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, man. I need subscribers so we can make more videos like this and other shit, you know? Help me drive the stuff to California. What is up? What is up? We're gonna go to a tunnel, don't miss it. Green River Tunnel, man, it's coming. Check out this friggin' tanker. He's getting it, man. Come on, buddy. I wish I could go faster. I'm going 75 mile an hour, though. I can only go 73. It's governed at 73. Comment down below, will you try this big truck? I'm about to pass this dude, bro. Catch up to him. What is he having? Some UFOs, brother? Hey, look at that. He's got two fucking spaceships. Damn, man, those things are big. Yep, I just passed a truck that has two UFOs, man. Holy crap. Wonder what the hell that was. UFOs for sure, man. driving one night. That was in Wyoming, but it was I-25 Wyoming. And I was between Casper and Casey. Well, wait a minute, Buffalo, Casey, yes. And I used to deliver milk. So I had 2 trailers that was 118,000 pounds. Just freaking heavy, full of milk, man. And it was nighttime, so I had all these night runs to do, you know. And I seen this green light on the sky. I'm like, what the fuck is that? It's like this green glowing light. I'm like, oh. I thought it was a fucking like a helicopter or something, you know. This is about 5 years ago. Then I'm like, well, it could be a drone. It's just hovering there. And this is just like a straight shot. You know, a straight shot road, man. And, like, what the fuck is that? I couldn't understand what I was looking at. It's just a green light just floating there. So, shit, my truck was going, you know? I keep approaching it. It getting closer and closer. And I'm thinking, well, what is it? You know, because there's no power lines in the way. It's just pitch black though. There's no houses in that place. There's nothing there. It's just emptiness. Just not even animals. No cows or anything. You know, it's just I don't know where. Probably 2 in the morning. And now the lights started moving towards me, and I'm looking at, oh shit, let me slow down, right? Because this is weird and shit. Now it started getting a little lower. The lights started getting lower. And I'm thinking, what the hell is going on here? And it's gotta be a fucking helicopter, right? Because it's like going lower and lower and lower. So, like, right? It starts going towards me. I can tell it's speeding up because I'm slowing down now. I'm like, alright. Nope. No. You're not gonna catch me. Right? So, but I have nowhere to go. I can't go backwards. I can't go on the other side of the highway because there's no way to do it. I just gotta go forward. So I started slowing down little by little. And I kept slowing down, and then this light kept speeding up, to the point I was like almost to a dead stop. And there goes this light. It's just green, man, like green, like I had never seen nothing like it. And it's not a flashlight though, it's just illuminated, like the whole thing. Like everything just fucking got green. And then it got right in front of me. And then everything was green inside my truck. I mean, everything still works, it's just green light, you know, like it was scanning me almost. But everything was green. And it goes above, and it passes my truck. So I pull over in the shoulder, because fuck, that's what you do, you know, like, shit, what's going on, right? So there's a big shoulder, so I pull over. There's no other trucks around. There's no vehicles coming in either direction. So, my crazy ass, because sometimes I'm stupid, you know, like, I don't get scared that easy, because I'm dumb. It's not because I'm brave, I'm just kind of dumb, you know. So I get out. So I want to see what's going on, you know. The light still urges, just hovering, but it makes no noise. Like there was no noise, guys. There was no, you know, like an engine or like propellers. Shit, there was nothing. Just this ball of light, you know. It didn't even look like a ball. It was just like a light. Like it's really hard to describe. And it was pretty big though. I would say it was way bigger than my truck. Like big. And we're 75 foot long. This is like at least 3 times bigger. It's massive now, right? So I'm looking at it, I started walking towards it now, and then you know that little voice in the back of your head, it's like, yeah, what are you doing? What are you doing? You know, and I'm like, oh fuck, let me turn around. So I turn around, I run back to my truck, get back to my truck, lock it up. you know, and then I was like, oh shit, everything's still green, like, you know, it's illuminated everywhere. And then I started looking in my mirror because the green light started leaving, like, it was less light, less light, less light, less light. And so now I'm looking at my mirror, so now I open my window and I stuck my whole body out of my truck and I watched this whole thing just hover higher in the sky all the way to the freaking Beartooth Mountain. This is Wyoming now. And the direction of the Beartooth Mountain. And it's just all the way till I cannot see it no more. And that's gotta be a freaking alien or something. That's my UFO story, man. That's gotta be something. And so I'm now freaking out. I'm like, holy shit, what did I just say, you know? And I'm gonna be late for my delivery, man. I'm like, my minutes are counted, you know? Like, I got to go, so I leave, you know? Get everything in gear and go. And I started thinking the whole way there, what the hell did I just see? What was that? And then, so, you know, your mind, like, has this coping mechanism, like, to like, start telling yourself that, like, possible explanations of what is this, even though you have no freaking clue what it is. But your mind, you know, your mind is like telling you, it's like making excuses. We all have this type of coping mechanism, you know, like some people have abundance amount, like a higher level, you know. And so you start just kind of lying to yourself. No, it was this. No, it could have been that. Well, it was a cloud. No, it was that. Just, I think it's just to make yourself more comfortable and not be too scared of what you just experienced, you know. It's like some kind of survival mechanism. Keep lying to yourself about what you just experienced and see. But it's very interesting, guys, because nobody has seen this. No one has seen it. There was nobody around for me to say, hey, man, you seen that? No. Just me. Middle of the freaking night, middle of nowhere, Wyoming. Driving a truck full of milk. So what do you guys think about that, you know? Is it real? Were there aliens, you know? Comment down below, let me know. Let me know if you ever seen something like that, like a green light, you know? You know, after I was scared, you know, months later, I learned to kind of appreciate the experience. It was nice. You know, nothing happened to me. The green light was like warming, you know. It wasn't scary. So, and I'm fine. It's like, oh, I lost coaches or time or, you know, none of that happened. Everything was fine. And everything was normal. And you know, the crazy thing is I had to do that route every freaking night. Every night, every day of the week, including Sundays. Because we work 70 hours a week, you know. And, you know, I was always waiting, like, okay, is it going to happen again? You know, always, you know, I can never stop looking at the sky after that. I mean, I can stop, you know, to take a little break. And when you are far up, like in the middle of nowhere like that, especially in Wyoming, in the middle of nowhere, when the sky is so big and open, man, you can see the whole Milky Way. Like, you can see all the stars. Like, you wouldn't believe how beautiful it is. And in a clear day, oh my God, it's amazing. And you know, I see a lot of satellites, you know, mirrors and shooting stars, whatever they call it. Whenever Elon Musk launched Starlink satellites, oh man, I see them every freaking all the time, just going around like, oh, that's cool. A lot of them video and everything, oh, that's good. But up in the air, bro. Like this was like right there. At first it was high, and then I can see how the thing started coming down and down, down, little by little, little by little. You know, like by the time it got to me, my truck is 30 feet 6 inches tall, high. This thing was 20 foot up in the air, at least. That's really close. Really close. There was no sensation of heat or cold. When I got out of the truck to check it out, I just felt intimidated by it because when I got out of the truck, it's right there. It's just too close. I don't know what it is. And then that little voice in my head saying, "Get back in your truck, dude." So I listened to it. And I have plenty of near-death life experiences. And I'm here because I listened to that little inner voice, you know. So I will suggest listen to the inner voice and say, man, it's okay not to, you know, play the hero or something, you know. But I thought it was something I share with you guys, you know. Let me know what you think about this. Let me know if you know, you ever had something like that happen to you. You know, what's your most crazy story of a road trip? You see, my job is to do road trips every day, and I got plenty stories, scary ass stories, man, scary, dude. Like you wouldn't believe. Like I used to drive to Mesa, New Mexico. Like I used to be around those places. I go to Nevada all the time, man. You know, Area 51 and stuff. I gotta drive to there. I drive to there all the time, man. I see some crazy shit before. Like not like this green light. This was totally different, man. Completely different. Well, we gotta slow down here to 45. There we go. This is in construction again? They're always freaking fixing this road over here, man. This winter's been a joke, guys, over here friggin' on the west. It has really been a joke. Easy winter for us. Easy winter for us, man. And look, they already started fixing roads. Winter's not even over. Shoot, we got all the way to May. Man, at the end of May, we can see a lot of snow in here. We'll see, you know. See what's up. Yeah, we're gonna go through the tunnel right now, man. It's pretty cool. Wyoming is freaking too, man, at night. This place is scary, man. Like, there's all kinds of shit walking around here, man. Skinwalkers? I bet you there's like a convention in here, man, of skinwalkers. I guarantee you that. Freaking Wyoming, man. Who wants to live here? Who wants to be here, man? This is crazy. It's beautiful, though. Don't get me wrong. It's nice. Look, we gotta use the other tunnel. Look at this. Check that. Hey, anybody claustrophobic? You're about to freaking look how big my truck is. Check this out. Are you ready for this?
Tunnel ahead.
Oh yeah, tunnel ahead. Watch this. Watch how narrow everything gets. Like, it feels like I'm gonna hit this shit, man. Look at this. Bam, baby. One mistake. There is no room for error here, buddy. Too bad it's too short, man. It's just a little tunnel. I missed the ones in Pennsylvania a little longer. Well, I go to Colorado all the time. I see highway, you know, we have long tunnels. Fuck, they want you to go 30 over here. These people are kidding me, man. Just a little piece. I'm gonna open it up right now. No, no. You guys are ready? See you later, alligator. Let's go, baby. We gotta get to Oakland. And freaking I gotta be there Friday at 7 a.m. at the freaking cool port in Oakland. Right there, man. Right where all the stuff comes in and out of our beautiful country, United States. This job is freaking crazy, guys, but guess what? It takes a crazy son of a gun to do it. And stupid. Or maybe stupid and crazy. And I'm both, man. I'm stupid and crazy. Stupid is my first name, and crazy is my last name, brother. My middle name. Imagine living in this truck. Comment down below, let me know if you can live in this truck. It's not about a freaking place living. I'm not complaining about it. I'm used to it. I don't need a big place to live. I got everything right here. I got a TV, I got my Xbox, all my games. I got a refrigerator full of food. Now the problem is, I'm out here vulnerable to these freaking aliens. They're bad though, otherwise we would have been cooked a long time ago, you know. I know I would have been cooked a long time ago. Freaking cooked me up, man. Yeah. Eat me on a stick. Yeah, man. Got lots of freaking stories, dude. Gotta start telling crazy stories, bro. I got plenty, man. Got plenty fucking stories, dude. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on future content. Got all kinds of crazy videos on this channel. Check out the shorts too. It's a beautiful day here in Wyoming. beautiful day in Miami, man. What about a freaking Bigfoot story? I got one of those. Let's see, I don't know. This one might be aliens. I don't know. Maybe Bigfoot. It could be. It could be, though. I was up there. Up in old Wisconsin. Way up there, man. In the freaking woods. Was trying to come down to go to Milwaukee. So now I'm in the middle of Wisconsin. Very squatchy territory, man. Like, really nice, too. Night comes up. Now, I couldn't find a place to park. The thing with truck drivers is it's really hard to find a place to park to go to sleep. There might not be like a truck stop nearby, or it's full. And most of the times the shit's full, you know. So I'm like, damn, man, I gotta stop. I'm tired, and I'm running out of my hours. Because, you know, we can only drive 11-hour day. After that, I gotta take a 10-hour break. So I'm like way outside Appleton, man. Like, this is Wisconsin, all the way out there. Cheeseheads, man. So I know all the woods. There's like a little pull-off on the side of the highway. I said, fuck, I'm stopping right here. Pitch black, no lights, no nothing, no traffic, just nothing, man. And I can hear the freaking coyotes howling. They're fighting and shit, making all kinds of noises. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I don't know if you ever heard coyotes at night fighting. That shit sounds scary, man. Like, that will freaking stand up if the air's in the back of your neck and your whole body. It's weird. Even when you're used to it, it's kind of weird. Sometimes you can like kind of tell what they're saying, or like make up what they're saying, like the words, you know. So I'm just like, damn, I'm listening, you know, like. Myself some freaking like tuna sandwiches or whatever, you know, like when you drive this much, you get fatigued from driving, and then you get off of work and you still at your job, you know, you don't go nowhere. And so it feels kind of weird, you know. It's like it's hard to go to sleep. Like, it's hard to, I know you're tired, you should be like super tired, falling asleep where you're not, because I don't know if you guys ever took a big road trip before, but it feels weird, you know, like afterwards you still got like this weird energy, you know, like you're fired up, man, especially if you drink a lot of coffee. And you know, I drink a lot of coffee, so there's no other way to drive, you know, especially at me like that. So yeah, so like, you know, you have that weirdness, you can't sleep, and I made the sandwich, just looking at the window, you know, because I can't see anything, and like, it's just so loud. It's freaking coyotes, man. For a while, they're just fighting, you know. That's all you can hear, coyotes fighting. I will say for a good freaking hour or more, a little more, you know, something like that. Then, and so, like, out of nowhere, right? Like, I'm done eating already. Like, I'm in the back, I'm in my bed, I'm just laying down. Just kind of just clear my mind, you know, like making sure that I don't want to think too much about anything, because I want to go to sleep, you know. So I can hear this coyotes, they keep, you know, and out of nowhere, they all shut up. Like something stopped them from fighting. Like dead silence, right? I'm like, what the heck is that? You know, dead silence, like out of nowhere, you know? Okay. So, after a while, I'm like, what do you do? You know, I started thinking in my head, like, what could have, you know, made that happen? And I'm thinking, well, I know a lot about animals. I've been always been an animal lover, enthusiastic. I know a lot about animals. I know their sounds. I know a lot about different environments. I mean, I grew up in the jungle, you know, in the tropical jungle, South America. So, like, I know a lot about creatures, you know. So, and I'm thinking, well, the only thing that can make a coyote, which is a predator, right, be quiet like that or stop fighting, it's a bigger predator. So I'm like, holy shit, there's gotta be something bigger out there than this freaking coyotes, because there was a bunch of them. And I'll remind you that they're pretty close to the freaking truck now. Like, I will say like 30 yards at least. And I'm a hunter. So I know about distance with sounds. I've been hunting all my life, so I know. So I'm thinking about at least 30 yards. So now I'm like, okay. You start getting that feeling, man, like there's a bigger predator that make this coyotes shut up and be quiet immediately without not even a warning or a crying for like maybe like I heard a fight. No, I didn't hear. They just stopped. Boom, done. So I'm like, all right. Now I'm in alert mode now, you know? As a hunter, you know, you get that instinct, like, you better watch out now, right? So I'm sitting in the sleeper now. I'm sitting in my bed. Kind of like, I'm telling you guys, like waiting for this something to happen, because it's literally like, I can feel it. I can feel something coming. Right? And I'm getting tired now. I'm getting tired. 15, 20 minutes, 30 minutes go by. Everything's still so quiet. I lay back down. And I'm thinking in my head, well, whatever it was, it passed. It had to pass. So now I'm just laying there. Now I'm really falling asleep. Thinking, all right, I'm dozing away, you know. I'm getting into the first stage of sleepiness. Nice. I'm asleep. Now I'm asleep. And then I felt the truck move. Now, these trucks, even though they're this freaking big, you can stand right next to this truck and with your two hands, even a strong one, you know. You can just push it, you know. Even a strong kid. And I will feel this. That truck will move. You know, they're heavy, high center of gravity. The truck is sitting, like, especially in the sleeper, it's sitting on like inflated bags. Because we take a lot of, you know, vibration, jumps and pulls and, you know, whatnot, right? So they're pretty easy to move. Even the wind will rock these trucks, and it will feel almost like a boat just rocking, you know. So this shape, man, this movement was pretty bad. I mean, it felt like someone really strong. I mean, like very strong somebody just pushed into the truck without punching it. Now, it wasn't a punch. Okay, it wasn't a kick. It wasn't a somebody ran and like body slammed the truck or anything. And it was on the right side of my truck, right on the right side of my sleeper. And I'm telling you guys, so you will have to, like, the way this truck moves, you will have to body slam the truck hard. A big man, like a big dude, man, like a 300-pound dude. We have to slam it like so. I will hear the impact, but there was no impact noise. There was no impact. It's the weirdest thing. So it's almost like, okay, maybe the wind, but it wasn't windy. So what happened? What was that? You know, what was that? So I'm thinking, all right, to be able to move this truck, you will have to body slam the truck, and you will have to, the way this truck moved, man, that it made me jump out of my friggin' bed from a dead sleep after driving 700 miles. Listen, this was incredible, you know, without an impact. What the heck was that? First thing you do is look at the window, you know. First thing you do. Now, I have curtains. They can go around the truck. And I didn't put them on because I didn't feel like putting them on because I'm in the middle of nowhere, you know. Who's going to be looking at my truck? So whenever I'm in the middle of nowhere and I spend the night in the middle of nowhere, with it, you know, where it's pitch black like that, I don't put the curtains on because I want to see what's going on. I don't want to get caught, you know. And I want to see what's going on out there. So first thing I looked at, obviously it's pitch black, I can't see nothing. I got my lights shut off, only like the parking lights are on, which they're dim, you can't see it. So I take out my flashlight real quick. I don't want to roll down the window because if there's like a big predator out there, like, I don't know, like it could be maybe a mountain lion on it. I don't want it to go in my window. You know, for safety too. And there's someone that's pushing my truck. I open my window again when I come in. So now I'm like cleaning with my flashlight. The only directions that I can do is just like the front of my windshield and the left and the right of my windows. But I don't have a back window to look. So I don't know what's going on behind me. I can only see the mirrors. I don't see anything. So I sat on the chair, you know, the driving chair, just thinking, okay, well, if I felt the push again, my truck is actually on, it's not off. I'm just gonna put it in gear and giddy up, you know? This is weird. Like, you know, by myself in the middle of nowhere in Wisconsin, you know? So, alright. I said, sitting on the chair, right? And I said, well, I thought about it, because I'm falling asleep on the chair, the driving chair, right on my steering wheel. And I thought about it, I said, well, whatever it was, it passed. I'm just gonna go back into the bed, right? So when I'm thinking about moving, I'm about to get up. This time I felt someone stepping in the back of my truck. So this semi-trucks have something we call a catwalk. It has some steps. It has a catwalk, which that's where your hoses are. They're gonna attach to the air hoses attached to the trailer. Okay? And after the catwalk, you got the fifth wheel. The fifth wheel attaches to the trailer. So there's a catwalk, there's a place where you can stand up to be able to, you know, work on the trailer or whatever, you know, step on it. I'm sure you guys, if you've seen a semi-truck, you've seen that before. Something heavy, heavy. It's standing in the back of my car wash. Because my truck was heavy already, my trailer. And whatever stepped up and whatever stepped there, it's extremely heavy, guys. Like, we're talking about hundreds of pounds. And then just boom. And I can hear, we have airbags in the back of the tires to be able to, you know, take the weight from the nose of the trailer. And I hear the airbags just hissing, just whoosh. You can hear the air. And I'm thinking, what the hell's going on? You know, I thought, well, something happened to my trailer. But I'm thinking, well, that's impossible, right? But I did feel like something fell on top of it. But it's like, it didn't fell, it landed. Because, again, it wasn't a thump. It wasn't a hit. It was something really heavy just landed in the back of my car wash, in my truck, in the middle of Wisconsin, in the middle of a pitch dark, isolated highway. And freaking like, I don't know what time it was. So it was like 2 in the morning, I don't know, something, midnight maybe. I can't remember, but it was freaking late. There was no traffic, nothing coming. This is a 1-lane highway, guys. So, what the hell? There's no houses for miles, obviously. So, what the hell just landed in the back of my car? What the fuck? What am I gonna do now, right? I'm freaking out. I don't have a gun with me. Because at that time, my company didn't allow me to carry a weapon with me. In fact, some of the states you go with a weapon, it's illegal. Unless you have it in a case. You have your gun in a case and your bullet somewhere else, and the gun is on the key. And, you know, it's legally because you're transporting a weapon, right? You're transporting a gun. So you can do that with every car. You can go through every state. But my company had specific rules not to carry a firearm with me. Now I can have a knife, a sword. They didn't care about that. A machete, whatever. A chainsaw. But they said no guns, no fire, no weapons. So I didn't have one. So I have a knife. So I'm thinking, holy shit, something really heavy landed in the back of my car. Right? What do you say? No beer? Let me see. Man, I can see it. I gotta read that. Hold up. I want to see that coming. Max, root beer. Oh, okay. I got you. Alright. So, now I'm freaking out. I don't want to get out of my truck because I'm freaking scared. I'm locked in my truck. I got the knife with me. I got the flashlight. And I have never been so scared in my freaking life. Because in my head, I'm not thinking paranormal. In my head, I'm thinking, this is a big dude. Or like an animal. Like a bear, you know. But I'm like, okay, do we have bears in Wisconsin? So I got my phone. Google. Yeah, there's black bears in Wisconsin. And they can weigh up to like 400 pounds plus. So I'm thinking, well, it could be a bear. And it could be a big old bear, you know. But I couldn't hear like the bear noise or anything. No. And after it landed, it didn't move. So I'm like, what the fuck? The suspense was actually the worst part of all, you know. And I want to get out because I figure something that heavy is going to overpower me. And maybe that's what it wants me to do. It wants me to get out of the vehicle, you know. So I'm like, okay, I'm staying inside my truck. I'm staying put. I got my flashlight. I got my knife. Whatever whatever it is, if it wants me, it better come get me inside this truck, and I'm gonna freaking go for it, you know? So, because I'm not gonna go down without a fight. So, anyways, just standing there now, and I don't feel no movement. So, like, I am so tired right now, but I'm fired up. So I went to sit down at my chair again, kind of like, so I can look a little bit, but I'm afraid of the windows, because something comes through the window, you know. So I got the flashlight pointed, right? And after a while, I'm falling asleep again. Because I remind you guys, like, I've been driving all day. This is now, it's been 14 hours. You know, I've been driving 11 hours, but now it's been 14 hours. I'm fatigued now. I'm really tired, you know. Now the sleep is really getting me because it's quiet, you know, and nothing else is happening. So I'm falling asleep again. And it's like this thing is waiting for that, because every time the last two times when I was falling asleep, this shit happened. So it's like this thing is waiting for me to go to sleep. You know, I know this. So I'm fighting now. I'm fighting not to go to sleep, man. It's hard to sleep. And I doze off, you know. I go to sleep. Listen, this truck started shaking back and forth. Like there's someone on one side strong enough to rock the truck back and forth. They keep rocking it, waiting until it go back, pushing it again, waiting to go back, pushing it again, waiting to go back, pushing it again. Now, this time I can hear the crunch of the truck material, you know, the metal of the truck. Just I can hear it going, you know. Shit! Now I'm fucking shit my pants now, man. Because you know what I mean? Like I felt like my truck was gonna flip over me. I felt like this thing, this person, whatever it was gonna flip my truck. It was gonna literally tip my truck. And I think it was trying to tip my truck. And it was so strong, guys. This thing was so strong that everything was shaking. Because you see, my truck is attached to the trailer. So I'm thinking, shit, like the trailer's shaking too, man. And I think it was only 20,000 pounds in the back of my trailer. So it wasn't a lot of stuff. It was 20,000 pounds worth of like this paper material. I was taken to this place, you know, they're gonna I think they make posters with it. So, and I needed to go to Milwaukee to drop it off. So now I'm shitting my pants, man. Because now I'm thinking whatever this is, whoever this is, wants to tip over my truck. And it's so powerful there, it's about to do it. Everything's shaking inside my truck, things are falling off. I am delirious. I'm holding on for dear life in the middle of my chair. So like in the middle of my truck, I'm holding on to my seats, to my chairs. This thing is shaking and shaking. This went on like, it seemed for like an eternity. But it must have been like maybe 10, 15 minutes. But it seemed like it was for hours. Because remember, you know, when you're in that type of situation, and you're scared like that, like, so you don't know what's going on. Like, because the scary part is like, not knowing what's happening. That's the most scary part of anything that happens to anyone, you know, that don't know it. You know, and this is why we're scared of death, you know, because we don't know what's after. You know, this is why we're scared of opening a door sometimes, because it's like, oh crap, well, don't open the door because we don't know what's in there. It can be terrifying. care who you are, it is terrifying for a lot of people. The same concept, of not knowing what's about to happen, not knowing what's behind the door. You know what I'm saying? Not knowing what happens after. So now I can't see what's moving my truck. It's shaking, it's shaking, it's shaking, it's shaking really hard, and then it stops. Just stops. Now I'm like, holy shit. I hear steps now. Now I hear steps like around me, like ground. And I'm in a little pull off on the side of the highway, so I hear like heavy footsteps on the gravel and like the grass, because it was woods, and it was like heavy woods. I'm talking about like big trees, you know what I mean, like dense forest. I hear all the steps, and to me I'm thinking bipedal. Remember, I'm a hunter, so it's a bipedal creature. It's a bipedal thing. It's walking two legs. It's pretty heavy. Now bears will walk in two legs, and they're heavy, but this thing did not walk like a bear. Because I hunted bears before. I lived a couple years in the Open Peninsula of Michigan, which it wasn't too far away from where I was. I would say maybe like 5 hours. I know bears, basically. I've been up in the trees. I watched them walk around, black bears, and around that area, there is no grizzly bears. It's just black bears. So I'm thinking, all right, it can't be a bear. Because bears walk bipedal for a little bit, and then they go back into what they're comfortable, which is walking on four legs. This thing was walking on two legs the whole time. And it wasn't one creature. It was multiple creatures. And the problem was that I could not see them because, remind you, it's pitch black. And I'm pointing my flashlight at where I think I'm hearing the sound. But I'm afraid to open down the windows, roll down the windows. There's no way I'm going to roll them down. But I can't see anything. And it's heavy forest, and it's pitch black there too. And my flashlight can only go so much. I don't have one of those big spotlight flashlight type of deal, I just have this regular freaking flashlight, very small flashlight. So, I can only see so far. And then when you're really scared, it's even harder to control yourself. Now remember, as well, so I'm tired, I'm delirious now. But I'm not imagining this. That part I'm really clear, I am not hallucinating this. I'm not imagining this. This is really happening. So I can't tell if it was 2, 3, or 4. It could have been more, could have been less, but there was definitely more than one. And they were making all those weird noises in the woods, man. Like hoots and growls. And I'm telling you, man, I hear a lot of noises before, like not just from the forest, right? Not just from the forest, like in the Midwest, upper Midwest, but like I grew up in a tropical, Caribbean. I grew up in the jungle, like the Amazon forest. So I know those type of noises as well, and a lot of sounds. Then, I lived a long time in Florida, so I know a lot of the swamp sounds as well. Different type of animals, different type of birds. And Florida is very diverse when it comes to the fauna of Florida. So, you learn about different sounds, different birds at night. This is at night. Remind you, this is at night. The growls, the hoots, the sounds that I heard from those creatures that night that I never ever heard in my life before. And I almost sounded human, man. And I almost sounded human. And like for a long time, you know, I was convinced because, you know, again, like I was talking earlier, the early story I told you about the green light, you know, that I thought there's a UFO. Could be, it is a UFO because I couldn't identify this thing, you know, and it was flying so beautiful. That we have this coping mechanism to tell ourselves a rational explanation for what we experienced. So, for a long time, I'm trying, you know, find out a rational explanation for what I was experiencing, you know. So, yeah. After that, they made all those noises, and everything went quiet again. And I was tired, but after that, it was really, really hard to go to sleep. And then I hear the coyotes again. The coyotes were like, started making the little noises and the little screeching stuff. And then it's like the forest came back to life again. Just, I can hear the regular sounds of the forest. And yeah, you know, I will say, yeah, I was shit my pants. Definitely was really scared, but you know, at the end of the day, it was like, well, you know, sleep took over, you know, and sleep deprivation, you know, like it won. So I fell asleep in the bed with the knife and the flashlight, you know, just worrying about, you know. Woke up in the morning thinking, well, now there's lights. I can hear some cars going by. No, not that many. That's why I woke up. And because I didn't even set my alarm, guys. Like, and I was really late for my delivery after that because, you know, I didn't even set my alarm, and I just, you know, fell asleep because I was so tired. You know, because of what happened to me. So I'm like, oh, let me go outside and investigate to see, you know, what's going on. You know. So I go outside, you know, and I'm gonna look like, so like I can definitely see like my truck had like this weird like splotches, and it didn't have any dents, and both sides of my truck, left and the right side, like, and I'm not kidding, man, those look like big hands, you know. I'm thinking, holy shit, so, you know, alright, big hands. Some of them, you can tell, like, it was like, it wasn't a full print of a hand, but you can tell, like, a thumb and an index finger, you know, like a side of a palm, because you see it was, like, kind of dirty into the truck, because the truck was dirty anyways. So, and you can tell, like, wherever these things were pushing the truck around, you can tell that part right there was like cleaned off because my truck was dirty from all the dust and the grime from the road, you know. So, like, but you can tell the area where they were pushing the truck back and forth was clean because whoever did this was touching it and, you know, got their hands dirty or whatever, you know. So I'm like, holy shit. It was incredible. And this is why I couldn't see a full print of a hand, but I could tell a finger or a thumb, you know, and it was huge. And then it's hard to tell because they could be dry too, but they were white though. They were like sausage fingers, you know. So walking around the truck to see now if there was any damage, and the catwalk with this thing landed, well, things, I don't know if it was 2 or 3 or more, when they actually landed, like, with all that weight. What's going on, driver? Okay, we're back. Yeah, we had a little hiccup. So when the still, like, it was, the catwalk, like, they have a little, like, a spike, like a grid. It's like a grill, you know? It's like a big grill, and it's got like this kind of like it's gonna spike it a little bit, so you can have like so you don't slip around, especially in the snow and ice, when it gets wet with mud and everything. So you have some grip, you know. And whatever landed back there, man, it was so fucking heavy. It was so heavy that this thing was like pushed down, man, like smushed, like it was smushed down. Like you will have to put something really heavy to be able to like bend this. This is like really hard metal, man. Like, you know, like, dude, how heavy can you be? And remember, like, when this, whatever creature landed in the back of the skybox of my truck, like, it didn't make a thump. It didn't make a big, like, crashing sound. It just landed on the truck and pushed my truck down so hard that you can hear the bags in the back just hissing. And I'm thinking, what? That's enormous weight, you know? And it was just standing there still, like, it wasn't like it was walking around. It's like it stepped on it. So it didn't jump on. Yeah. It's like something bipedal, because it was bipedal. What I heard afterwards, you know, just stepped on the skywalker, man. And it was incredible. Now I couldn't see like, you know, I couldn't see like a footprint or anything like that. Like, forget it. It was all like, it was all smushed down. You know, it was all like kicked down. Like the grid, okay, from the cup was in all the spikes that you have for like grip was smushed down, like something very, very, very heavy landed on it, you know, like a lot of weight, like a press. It was pressed down, there you go. But there wasn't like a footprint or any print or anything that I can say, oh, it was a footprint. So all of that, there was all the damage to my truck. Now remember, this truck's, we can take a lot of freaking weight in these trucks. So, but for something to make an indentations on my cowboy like that, it must be very, very heavy. We're talking about like thousands of pounds now, you know, so which makes it even more incredible thing. Really, like, really, really hard to believe. Okay, so I don't know what it was, guys. I didn't see like any other indication, like fair. Like if it was a bear that got in the back of the car, you know, bears are big, fat, big creatures, you know, like they run against things. There's sharp corners around in that area that I will see fair, you know. Also, my hoses are attached to the trailer, and if a bear goes in the back of your car, you best believe those hoses are gonna get damaged or ripped off somehow or moved. But there was no damage. The hoses were fine. Now the hoses are not touching the cowboy. They're up in the air and they're attached to a spring mechanism type of deals to make it stretch and go back. So the hoses, for the same reason, so the hoses they don't get ripped off whenever we make it a U-turn or like, you know, 90-degree angle back ends and things like that. So you got a lot of leverage to turn around with this truck, you know. So that, I found that hard to believe that nothing was damaged there. The trailer wasn't touched. Everything was fine. And then I started looking, well, let me see the problem. Because remember, I was parked on the side of the highway on a pull-off, very small pull-off. I can barely fit my truck there. And so I said, well, let me see the problem. Like, let me see if I see footprints. And, you know, I'm a hunter. And as a hunter, I'm a trucker. I truck animals, you know, like, so I want to see some trucks. And it was just like, basically, you know, a lot of people rent through a place, you know, so you're not gonna see, because it was like heavy gravel, and it wasn't raining, so it wasn't muddy or anything like that to leave a big footprint or leave some kind of print of a shoe or something, you know. So it was like, but it looked like there was a scuffle there, you know. It looked like there was definitely lots of traffic through there, and it wasn't like car traffic, it was just foot traffic, you know. So, but I can't tell if it was like shoes or whatever. But I didn't find any prints to say, oh yeah, I can see prints of foots or shoes or tires or whatever. So there was nothing, and then, you know, I went in the woods a little bit, kind of following to see, because the brush was, I can see indications on the brush that there was a lot of traffic going through. But now, you know, I know what deer traffic looks like. Deer, bear, like moose, you know. I live in Montana, you know, like I live around mooses and big elk, big game, you know, so I truck them all the time. I know what that looks like. It's, you know, so I'm thinking, well, it did look like, you know, some deer went through there and everything, but then this looked like I don't know, like, yeah, almost like a bunch of people just walked through there, you know. So there was a few branches that were broken, nothing major, you know. There was some disturbance, like, you know, when you have a group of friends, like maybe like 5, 6, 10 people camping in a place, you know, you're gonna have a lot of this, you know, indications there was people here, you know, doing stuff or sitting around, or walking around, or whatever, you know. No, it didn't look like a campsite or anything like that. There was no signs of fire or anything. Also, there was no signs of any human debris, like indicate that humans were right there, like, you know, whatever, like a cigarette butt or like, you know, something that will say, well, yeah, there was people, look, you know, but no, it's just clean. So I tried to look for like maybe weird smells or like, again, like fur or scratches, because, you know, bears, they like scratching things. So if there was a bear around, he would definitely be scratching some of those trees, and I didn't see any bear scratch. You know, I didn't see any indication that there was bears, you know, scratching anything, or even the grass, or, you know, it was really weird, though, like very, very weird. You guys let me know.
Way station in 50 miles.
Because obviously, you know, this happened like, what, 4 years ago, maybe 5 years ago, 4 years ago. So, or maybe 6 years ago. I'll say 6 years. So, like, yeah, you know, like, I watch some of the shows about Bigfoot and things like that, and my God, whatever, you know, didn't pay attention to much of it, you know. I'm thinking in my head, is it real? Is it not real? Who knows, you know? But then when you have that experience, you're like, hey, let me see, because the few little things that I already know about the Bigfoot, this thing had a lot of indications, so, you know. So I'm thinking, holy crap, it's a Bigfoot, you know. So I started researching, and, you know, I told the story to several people, chats online, some things like that, people I knew around, and especially like woods people who live over there in the Upper Peninsula, Michigan, Wisconsin, around those areas. And I told the story just like I'm telling the story right now. And there definitely looked at me and he goes, Sasquatch. That's definitely Sasquatch. And these people, like, they claim they have similar experiences. Obviously not on a semi-truck, but like in a campsite, or like in their vehicles, like in the pickup trucks when they were sleeping as well. Other people have similar experience when they were hiking around the same areas, fishing, or haunted. The noises that really are consistent with the same sounds that I heard that night. You know, as far as like, yeah, you know, like their experience are pretty freaking close, and that's what, you know, it makes me think like, okay, so it's gotta be some type of reality to this, you know. There's gotta be some type of, you know, explanation. So because when you have lots of people that are experiencing the same symptoms or the same things, meaning they hear the same sounds, their stories are like consistent with, like, similar as the older stories that other people are telling, then there's something's up here. Okay? It's definitely, the experiences are definitely real because people are experiencing them in real time. Okay? And their stories are consistent with the same stories and evidence of other people. It's a similarity story, right? It's, you know, we have something here. There's something here, you know. So you guys let me know. Comment down below. Have you had a Bigfoot experience? Have you ever, you know, what do you think about it? What do you think about the Bigfoot experience? You know, what do you think about Bigfoot? Is it real? Do you guys believe in it, even if you haven't experienced the Bigfoot? I want to know. I want to know because more and more people are experiencing this Bigfoot paranormal stories and paranormal sequences. You know, this it can be a coincidence, guys. It can no be a coincidence. So let me know. Just comment down below. Even if you see this video already recorded right now live, comment. Let me know. Have you experienced a Bigfoot deal, a Bigfoot encounter, or even heard something, or do you know someone that have experienced this? Tell me a story. Let me know briefly. You know, what do you guys think about it? Because, you know, me, you know, myself. I mean, it's not like I'm a believer or anything. It's just it happened to me. So, but again, I did not see the Bigfoot. I did not see the creature. I did not see what did this or caused this experience to me. Okay? I have very, very small evidence that is not very obviously about what happened. So, I don't know. Okay? But what I know is what other people's stories, talking to other people, sharing my story with others, that the similarities are incredible. And I know by talking to someone, when they're telling me their stories, because it brings me back to what I felt. And I'm gonna tell you something right now, guys. What I felt, that was real. That was absolutely 100% real, what I felt. What I experienced. Now, I've been a truck driver for 7 years now. 7 straight years I've been driving this big rigs. I know the way this rigs move and when. I know when someone's in the back of my car, like doing things to my truck, like mechanics and things like that. I know what it feels like. So it's not like, oh, one day I was in a semi-truck and this happened to me. No. I know exactly what it feels like. So, I know what happened that night. I just never seen who did it. Let me know what you guys think about that. Okay? I want to read the comments. After this live is done, I want to read the comments. So we can have a whole discussion about it. Then I can make another live video. I will schedule the video. Then we go live again. And maybe some of you guys that commented below can, be in the video and the live video, and we can discuss more about the story. I can answer questions about the story, my story, and we can all share our thoughts. And it's always good to talk about certain experiences that other people are having, and it's good. It's good to get it off your chest, because it does good for you. Because I know I'm not crazy. Okay, I know I'm a crazy truck driver. that's for sure. I know I'm stupid. That's for sure too. But I'm not out of my mind. Like cuckoo could chill out of my mind. You know what I mean? So, and I wasn't on drugs because I'm a truck driver. And I can't do drugs. I don't do drugs. Yes, I was fatigued, but there's no way I can hallucinate that. What happened. I just wish I could see what was doing it. Another thing something that makes me think, because I had years to think about this, is the fact that what about the reason I couldn't see the Bigfoot or whatever was doing this, and it's the same reason why other people cannot see them. They're very elusive, right? It's because we cannot see them with our eyes. Like dogs and cats can see, like spirits and ghosts, how people believe in that. I think we can all see them with our eyes either. And sometimes people can catch them on film. It's because they materialize and they are allowing us to see them. What do you guys think? What do you guys think about that theory? That we cannot see them with our naked human eyes. But and then whenever we can't see them, it's because they allow themselves to be seen by us. And that's why that night I couldn't see them. Because I know there was more than one. I know there was more than one. Because, man, I'm telling you, man, if it was an animal, I would have seen it. And it would have left signs of animal signs, like fear, or like some kind of smell or something, because animals, they can be clever and all that, but they leave marks. And a lot of the times on purpose. Because when you have big predators, every predator, every animal predator, including us humans, because we are the biggest predator, right? We mark our territories to announce to the other predator, hey, I'm here, and I'm badass, right? But these things, as heavy as they were, because that's heavy, guys. They didn't do that. So you're thinking something that heavy, that's a predator. It's incredible. Like, when you have, let's see, for instance, an elephant. That's a big animal, right? It's an elephant, a predator. No, it's not. But it's, my goodness, the biggest terrestrial mammal in planet Earth. Right? And because the biggest mammal on the earth is well, what is in the water. I'm talking about terrestrial and on land. So you're thinking this, okay, an elephant is not a predator, but an elephant will mark the territory, and then also we will chase you out of the territory, okay, and it will go to the extent to, eliminate you, delete you, I can say that word here, YouTube, delete you. let's go with delete, because this unalive things, I don't like that unalive word. Let's go delete, control delete, right? The elephant will do that to a predator, because predators attack elephants, like lions. I don't know, you guys seen like lions attacking elephants, like especially to like eat the weak and the babies, So the elephant calves, you know what I mean? But again, the elephant, it's not a predator, but it's a big animal that will leave marks, like tusk marks, or like take down trees on purpose to mark their territory and to let everybody know, look how big we are, to intimidate a predator that might come to their territory and cause harm, right? That's what elephants do. So I'm thinking, alright, that's fair. But that's what elephants do. Now, they won't come and try to delete you and attack you, to delete you, to eat you, because elephants are, vegetarians. They're no carnivores. So, well, what about this thing is the same way? This Bigfoot. But the Bigfoot behind was like, it looked like a bunch of people was just walking around that area. So like the grass was pushed out and things like that. But there was there was a few broken branches and things like that, but no like big trees or anything, or like scratches or marks. So there was no blow marks or nothing like that. So, but it's like this creature, someone might, it is marked or placed in a place where they walk through, and it saw it as a threat. That's like, what is this thing doing here? They came to check it out. They started shaking because they're thinking there's something inside. They must have felt me, because they could see my flashlight going around. What? They were not a predator like a lion or like a, to said, I'm gonna break that window and come inside, because definitely with the strength this creatures had, they could definitely literally break the door open and come inside and harm me, But it didn't do that. It didn't do that at all. It just shook the truck around, like trying to intimidate me, to show me, look how big we are. Right? There was all over the truck, like, kind of like checking it out, like, and then they walked around in the area that we usually do, to kind of say, hey, this is our stop right here, buddy. You don't mess around with it. We don't like you here. And then they left. And the reason the coyotes got quiet from all our fighting is because this bigger predator swooped them away immediately, because they were tired of hearing the same thing that I was hearing, which is all this freaking coyotes just freaking making all this incredible weird noises, guys. And I'm telling you right now, like, if you ever heard coyotes at night in the middle of nowhere and they're fighting, it is crazy, man. They're annoying, and it's spooky, because they make this weird noises. coyotes. So, yeah, it was. I'm telling you, this was a very incredible experience. One of a lifetime experience. Something that maybe right now, after 6 years that this happened to me, I will say like I feel fortunate, but the first year or couple years, I didn't want to talk about it, and I felt like, unfortunate that this happened to me. Okay, because you can't just go and tell anyone, hey man, this happened to me. I think Bigfoot trying to attack me. They're gonna laugh at you. But after a long time, you start thinking, you know what? I'm fortunate to have this experience. To be able to say it now with confidence that, like, I'm not embarrassed to say this, and this really happened to me, and I think it's really cool. So, I know that at that time it was super scary, and when you go through a really scary experience like that, like you think it's a life and death situation, it really messes up with your head, That's why all the soldiers who go to war, they come back with PTSD and things like that. And I'm not saying this is the same experience they have, but you're in that bubble, you're in that, you're in that realm of feeling, because you feel like your life is in danger, and you cannot explain what's happening to you at the moment because you can't see what's going on, and you feel really vulnerable because you're by yourself. And we humans, when we're by ourselves, like, we get scared. We need other humans. This is why we always gather in places where there's more humans, because we are always safety in numbers, like many other animals in the animal kingdom. And remember, we are predators. We are number one top predator in the animal kingdom. But if you look at lionesses, they gather too, and they're top predators. But there are other predators they hunt alone. So therefore, humans too. Some humans, we all gather, together, and other ones, they're loners. They're pretty much alone. See, I'm both. I like to be alone, and this is why I love to get truck drive. Because I'm alone here, and I'm talking right now. And some of you guys are listening on the phone, whatever. But I'm still alone here, and I like it. And then whenever I need some kind of, human interaction, I'll go home, and I still talk to people and clients, and when I go to my terminal, I talk to all the truck drivers. So they get to see me, sometimes I talk out there, I talk on the phone with people as well, friends and loved ones, so, but when you're in a situation of that you think your life is in danger, and you are being attacked in a way, because what happened to me was kind of like, I took it like an attack, really, I mean, think about it, like, inside of a semi-truck, there's whatever creatures outside in the pitch black in the middle of Wisconsin, forest. You can't see what's going on. You can hear it stepping on your car block or your semi-truck in the back. This thing's extremely heavy, like super, super heavy. This, and then and this happened in periodic time, so like half hour to an hour, and then it happens again each time. It's not like it happened all at once in like 15 minutes, and then your truck is shaking back and forth for like 15 minutes, and you think you're gonna, get deleted, Again, I don't like to say on the life, because, you guys, I can't say they, that word, but I like to say deleted. So, yeah, you think you're gonna get erased, you know what I'm saying? Delete it. So I'm thinking, well, you know what? And it's It's a hard experience to go through, man. It's hard, especially when you can't see what did it or what's doing it to this day. And finding out that there's a lot of people out there with similar experiences. The feelings are the same feelings. You know, the fear, you know. They tell you, man, that's definitely Sasquatch. You know, it's a Sasquatch story. You know, it's definitely Bigfoot that's doing to you. You know, I have talked to Native Americans in Montana. You know, there's different tribes in Montana, and they all have really cool stories about, you know, big hairy man. They all do, and they swear to everything that they're real. You know, and then after having the experience that I did, I mean, come on, I mean, what else can it be? You know what I mean? Because I'm telling you, it wasn't a bear, it wasn't any other animal. There's no other explanation, and it wasn't a human. It wasn't a human, because this is way too strong to be a human. And it's not like it was a bunch of humans pushing the truck. You would have felt that too. And I would have seen them. Because I have this big mirrors here. Okay? I can see really well, man. And I'm pointing my flashlight at my mirrors so I can see back there. And nothing. And listen, I have lights in the back of my truck, like in the back of my car walk. And that time I had a Freightliner Cascadia, and I only had like 2 little light bulbs, but still enough for me to see. Okay? And I did turn the headlights, because that's something I left out of the story, because it's like, you know, that question came about when I was, you know, sharing the story with other people with, you know, with similar stories that I had. And they were like, did you turn your headlights on? Yes, I did. Did you turn everything? And this truck that I have now, it's got a lot more lights, a lot more, we got chicken lights, you know, so I got a lot more illumination. But in this Freightliner I had before, I only had my headlights in the front, and then just the 4 ways, like a regular car, and then those floodlights in the back, but they were very small. But it's enough in the pitch black to be able to illuminate. Nothing across my headlights, nothing across the front of my window. I can see the mirror back there, and the truck is shaking back and forth, and I'm standing. Remember now, I'm standing in between my seats, holding on for dear life, because whoever was shaking this truck back and forth, it felt like it was gonna tip over, man. And I'm looking at those mirrors, because I'm looking like, who is doing this? You know, like, come on. I'm looking intensely at this mirror, and I can't see nothing. There was nothing there. It was like they were invisible, like they're transparent. They were not there, but not even like, you know, like the movie Predator, you know, when you see the silhouette. There was nothing. There was just nothing. And my truck is shaking back and forth, and it's not windy, guys, because obviously I wouldn't know. The wind doesn't do that like that so much. Because I've been a truck driver for 7 years. I know about a lot of wind, snow, ice. I know the difference between the feelings of the wind and someone or something pushing the truck back and forth, like rocking it back and forth from each side of the sleeper. So yeah, this was different, man. And 6 years have gone by since I know this, okay? 6 freaking years. And, you know, there's times you don't think about it, obviously. But whenever I start talking about this, like now I can talk about it like no problem. And I'm really proud to talk about it. And I enjoy talking about it, actually. Because I feel privileged this happened to me, because this is crazy. This don't happen to a lot of people. You know, I'll always keep like recapping and like going back in time and thinking that I left something, or, you know, what was it? You know, what was it? You know, like, dude, I I want to know what was it. I want to know, man. I want to know what did that. That's what's haunted me, man. That's what's haunted me. I want to really know what did this to me. What caused this? What was it? Who was it? What is it? That's the problem, man. Like, it sucks. Like, if I would know, I'd be like, okay, well, there you go. Yeah, that's what it was. Okay, cool. But not knowing is what bothers me. Not knowing, man. It's what keeps me, like, thinking, like, damn, man. Am I ever gonna know? You know? Am I ever gonna find out what did this to me? What happened that night? It's pretty crazy, man. Let me know what you guys think about that. I want to hear the stories, man. You know, I love the paranormal, man. I love the paranormal. I love.
Way station in 20 miles.
I love the ghost stories, the Bigfoot stories, the alien stories. What about the gnomes? The gnome stories, fairies, like supernatural stuff that people back in the day experienced before there was phones and TVs and you know what we have now. Before it was electricity. Imagine, just think about what those people wrote in those novels and books and like, was this true? You know, like, because to this day, like, we still see these encounters. Like, even with all the technology we have now, we are catching a lot of this stuff on film. You know, and now it kind of sucks because we have this AI, and it's like, you go to YouTube, you know, I'm a YouTuber, so obviously I like YouTube, right? So I try to watch YouTube a lot. Now with the AI, it's kind of ruined because you just don't know what's true or not, you know? I think I like to enjoy like a good old school fake video than this realistic, you know, whatever AI. Because at least with the old school, you know, video that's all blurry stuff, it lives into the imagination. Like, was it true? Was it or not? You know, was it true or not? So, but with this AI, it's like, dude, no, come on now. It looks too real, and it's like, then it's like, oh, it's AI. It takes the fun out of it. I don't know. What do you guys think? What do you guys think about that? I love to tell. I got a gazillion stories, man. I'm a truck driver, you know, like, I have seen ghosts on the roads. I have heard the story from other truckers. Like, you know, middle of the night, drinking coffee, you know, like in the movies, you know, like, middle of the night, drinking coffee, truck drivers telling you a story, you're like, what the fuck? No way, dude. It's like, yeah, man. Like, phantom fucking trains and cars, dude. Like phantom cars, man. Like, I heard a lot of those stories too. You know, like, shit's not there, but it's there, and it's so real. You know what I mean? Like, stuff you see in the truck stops that you're like, what the fuck was that? That's incredible. You know, like that SCV radio. Oh boy, that thing is freaking sometimes, man. And like, I'm telling you, man, right now, like, we don't like really have a lot of chatter on the CB radio. Sometimes in like big cities we do, but back in the day, the CB radio was everything for truck drivers. You know, a lot of truck drivers with that CB radio. Why? Because there were no cell phones. You know, so well, we had the radio. So now, like, I leave my radio on. You know, my radio's always on, high volume, because especially at night, man, it just seems to just out of nowhere, like, boom, somebody starts stacking, right? And you're like, wait a minute, my radio can pick up signal from like 6 mile to 5 mile range, okay? And there's other antennas. You can have better antennas, more powerful radios. You can pick up 35, 40 miles, maybe, something like that. But if you have an AM radio, like at your home, you have a huge antenna at your house, and I hear those guys talking like from Florida all the way to New York. Like I hear people from Canada like fishing up there in Canada, like Toronto or some shit, right? Even Maine, and I'm all the way in California, and I can hear them, like just talking shit.
Welcome to Utah.
But we just got to Utah, guys. We made it to Utah. We're doing good. So, all right, let's continue the story. Like this radio, right? So, but you can tell an AM radio guy, they'll get this different codes than truck drivers. And they do this purpose so we know it's not a truck driver. So, they got different numbers and radio handles. And we truck drivers have our own shit. Now, channel 19 is the channel truck drivers use to communicate with radio. Channel 19, right? So, the AM radios back in the day, I think it was channel 34. But now, they use channel 19 because, they will tell you it's empty, it's there. And if an AM radio guy is not on it, usually a truck driver can hear them. So if you're sitting in Florida and I'm over there in like Washington State, and somebody in AM radio got on the radio saying blah 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 blah, I'll be like, hey, what's up? And I can start talking to them. So it's not as boring. Because back in the day, I'm talking about 40, man, 50 years ago, it was the trend. It's very trendy to talk about AM radios, CB radios. That was the shit. Not anymore. It's absolute now. And some people are nostalgic and they still like to do it. So, I'm telling you, man, I have several stories with this CB radio. When you can hear somebody talking, and then you pick up, and you start talking to this person, but they don't respond back. And I think, well, they can't hear you. There's interference, or like, because my signal can only go 5 to 6 mile range. I can hear them, but they cannot hear me. See what I mean? There's times when there's like clear nights, especially at night, there's clear, or there's like an electrical storm. Like I know, like when I see a lot of light, it's like we have some kind of storm. Man, I can pick up good signals, and they can actually hear me. Okay, so but this one night, I'm in New Mexico. Okay, and I'm over there by Mesa. Over there by where all this weird shit happens. Dolce. Okay, which in Spanish is dulce, right? Dolce. Like they have this thing about like aliens, like being on the ground there, having like alien bases underneath there, like because we do have big military bases there. Because I know that for sure, because I have been stopped in the highway by military personnel. They didn't have a rank like Marines or Army or nothing. They have nothing. It was weird. And stopped the truck, and so they can cross over with the missiles, cross over the highway. that place, I'm telling you right now, guys, that place is freaky, man. Like, this is really freaky stuff. Like, every time I go through there at night, I am just New Mexico. If I gotta go through there, like Nevada, New Mexico, Arizona, at night, I'm freaking out. I'm more calm now, but I used to be worse. Because, man, there's some weird vibes going through there. And I got some stories, I'm telling you. Weird vibes, man. And let me tell you something. When I tell you they fly, they freaking fly, man. Okay? So, there's a saying in Spanish. Si te digo que vuelan, vuelan. I'm telling you, man. So, I'm just saying, real quick, man. Let's go back to the radio view. I'm driving, right? 10 o'clock at night. It's not that late. Very little traffic going through there. There's always very little traffic going through those places, man. Especially at night. Really long highway, you know. But it's a good highway, you know. It's good. I love driving at night because you can make up a lot of time because there's less traffic, you know. So it's harder, but it's better for what I do, you know. It's a truck driving. And I'm telling you, man, I hear this guy talking on the radio, and he sounds like, he didn't sound like an old guy, but he sounds like he's known from like the 2000s, you know. Like the way he's speaking, like, where's this guy freaking guy? You know, like the first thing I thought, I'm not bullshitting you. The first thing I thought, I was like, where's this freaking guy came from? Like, what kind of fucking dimension? Or like, you know, like what kind of time travel is this dude? And I was joking with him because I'm like, basically, I don't know him, and I was laughing because his accent and the words he was saying, like, at that moment, I didn't know too well some of the words. But later on, after I started, like, researching some of the words, you know, that he's talking, and I'm like, dude, this is really old. This is like, we talk about 1800s, or like, even farther than that. And it was cool, man. At first he was just talking all by himself, like he was talking to someone, you know. And you know, I tried to talk because I only hear him talking, very loud and clear, man. But he didn't ever respond to me, so I'm thinking, you know, like I explained to you guys before, he cannot hear me. I can hear him very clear, but he cannot hear me because, you know, the 6-mile ratio, you know. So I'm thinking, well, you know, whatever. And I'm hearing this conversation, and he's talking about, like, man, he was talking about the Louisiana, so I'm thinking, he's talking about the Louisiana, so, like, later I researched, you know, like, Louisiana was pretty much almost half the freaking country, okay? Because it was taken by the French, right? So, like the way, you know, back in the day, you know, so I started, like, putting a lot of, you know, shit together, like, I was very confused, man, but I'm thinking this is not a prank, man, because who is this guy, you know? And finally, you know, after a while, like, I said something, like, whatever he was saying, or whatever he was talking at that moment, you know, this is a long time ago, guys, it's like, you know, 7 years ago, when I first started trucking, you know, so I was all new about this, with the ski radio and all that stuff, you know, and he responded back. And his response, like, to this day, like right now I got whispers all over my body, like all over my body. The way and tone he responded back to me, I have never felt that before. Like, I'm feeling it right now, like it's making my eyes watering right now. never said my name on the radio. Okay? And I go by the handle Cheese. I'm Cheese. So if I'm on the radio, I'm Cheese. And I barely use this radio because I was so new on it. But when this guy was talking about Luciana's and all stuff, he was talking about all stuff, and when he said, listen to me, Pablo, I hit the brakes on this truck. I pulled around that shoulder. I didn't know what to do. I was holding on to the CV mic. I didn't know what to respond because he kept on talking. But, you know, my head is like those movies, you know, like when you ever been in shock, like such a shock, like you can't, I couldn't even think, like my knees started shaking, like, and then I finally, you know, I hit the receiver and I said, how the hell do you know my name? You need to explain this to me immediately, right now. This guy just kept on talking. He kept on talking like he ignored me or like he didn't hear me. And he kept on talking about French Revolution. He was talking about like all this weird shit that like later on, because I didn't know a lot of history about the United States at that time. Okay, I knew some, but because of this CV radio encounter, I started like trying to figure it out. So this is the bypass. I got the bypass at the scale house. It's a port of entry of Eaton. So in case you guys know that little, what was that little ring? But yeah, I started finding out like stuff that he was saying, like some of the names that he was saying, like the way he was talking. Guys, I'm telling you, this was, to me, to this day, that guy was a ghost. And you know how radio waves work, right? They're up in the air. Radio waves are up in the air. And we capture them, you know, with our antennas. This is why, like, we can receive radio waves from, like, maybe other solar systems, you know, things like that, you know. That's how it works. But I'm thinking, is it possible that a conversation spoke in those times can be recorded in the right time in the air, right? And be residual, right? Radio waves. They can be picked up now in our time. That's one. Second, how in the hell, how in the nine hells, this man knew my name? You tell me, chat, comment down below. Let me know, man. Let me know what you think about this, because this is a thing. How did he know my name? Listen, he didn't respond back to me after that. And you know, to this day, I wish I had that recorded, man. You know, and that's why I'm doing this YouTube videos too, because I've been live for 2 hours now, and this is all getting recorded. And after I'm done with this video, guess what? It's gonna get recorded in my channel, and then from there, everybody can hear it. Everyone can hear it. So if something crazy like that happened again, boom, it's gonna be recorded on my phone, and we're gonna have the proof, right? And we can go back to it and listen and see, okay, what's going on here, right? So, but in those days, like my early days of trucking, like when I was brand new all by myself in this big truck, you know, like it was such an adventure. You're so nervous, you know, for what you're doing. This is a very dangerous job, guys. No joke. No freaking big joke, man. No freaking joke. Just pure egg white, man. Just pure egg white. Let me tell you, this is a hard job and it's a very dangerous job. And if you Google it right now, it will show it's the second most dangerous job in America. And Guess what's the first most dangerous job in America? Number one, comment down below and let me know. I already know what it is, but I want you guys to comment. Let me know, because I want to start this whole chat. I want to start this whole group. I want us all to be a big old group and talk about this, because I need to hear your stories, just like you hear my stories. I got a lot of stories, man. I tell you, I got a lot of stories. Well, yeah. He did say something to me, and he said, listen, boy, and he said, Pablo, what's my name? To this day, right now, every time I tell the story, I can hear this dude's voice in my head telling me my name. That's what freaks me out the most. How did that happen? And it's not like I was too fatigued of driving. No, because I started my shift. It was like 6 o'clock that evening, and by that time, that radio.
Speed advisory in 50 miles.
By the time that radio deal came out, it was like 10 o'clock, 10ish, you know. So we're only talking about 4 hours of driving. That's nothing. That's not. I've been driving right now. Right now, I've been driving 8 hours. Yeah, 8 hours right now. I've been driving for 8 hours, and I'm like, not even tired. You know, you get used to it doing this. Now I took a break, you know, and everything. Still, just think about that, man. That radio, some freaky shit, man, right there. And I keep that radio on all the time, man. I heard some stories, you know. I have some cool stories too on the radio. Like, I talked to really cool people, and they told me some ghost stories, man, on the CB radio. Oh boy. And they tell me too where. They tell me what mile marker and all that stuff, man. Like, man, that lady that goes inside your truck. How about that? How about the lady that goes in your truck? Like, she wants to get a ride or something, but if you don't give her the ride, right, you're gonna keep driving. Before you know, you turn around, she's sitting right in your chair. Boom! Digest that one, man. That's a hard one to swallow, my friend. And not one, but multiple old school drivers have told me that story on that CB radio. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, boy. And that's scary, man. And I believe them because, listen, when a 70-year-old plus truck driver that's been trucking for 40 years, it's telling you that he knows for sure that happens, you better believe it. Listen, truck drivers, man, we're like a weird breed of people, man. You know, and I don't know if this road fucks our minds up or not, but I'm telling you right now, man, there's some weird shit we see on the road, man. Like, when you do this for a living, you drive for a living, you see a lot of shit, man. Like, I'm not saying that accidents, that's nothing, man. Accidents, man, we see that all the time. That's not, I'm talking about weird shit, like stuff you can't explain. Like stuff you're like, what the hell is that, man? There is no way type of stuff. Yeah. And we see it all the time, man. We see it all the time because we're everywhere. I think about it, but I live on this road. Like, I spend, think about this, I drive 11 hours per day, right? I spend all my days driving. And movement. The truck is moving the whole time. So I spend all my day just driving. Think about that. And so I'm used to, you're talking to a guy that's been doing this for 7 years. You know, so I got like 800,000 miles with me now. Because I drive about 100, 150 miles per year. Right? So imagine like my eyes, like, you know, so you guys get perspective of this. My eyes, my mind works 7 years is nothing compared to 40 years, 25 years. Some of these guys are doing this for 35 years. Like, I met truck drivers that done it for 40 years. 40 guys. So, like, this is like insane. Like, so every 10 years, you're supposed to do 1 million miles. 1 million miles for every 10 years. So 40 years, you got 4 million miles. 4 miles. Holy crap, man. That's a lot of miles. So, like, imagine what that guy's seeing. Because after a while, your brain gets trained to, like, see the world in a different way. Because you see the world in a fast way. So your eyes are trained to see, like, fixed objects that are moving fast, objects that are crossing your way, you know, many animals, and then you're trying to see the wind. Like, I can see the wind, like how everything moves around, so I know where the wind's going. If it's a headwind, side wind, you know, bad wind, whatever, you know what I mean? So truck drivers, you know, we're very in tune with the weather. You need to be good with weather. So, wait, what did I say all this? No, not to bore you guys, but what did I say? I'm trying to explain this thing. I'm going somewhere with this. Trust me. After a long time of seeing the normal, right? The norm, right? When you see something that's out of the normal, your brain is capturing that 100% accurate. With 100% accurate. So I'm not saying, I'm not bragging about myself. No, it's like a swimmer. The guy that swims, you know, Michael Phelps, you know, he's freaking
Downhill ahead.
you know, Aquaman, you know what I'm saying? Michael Phelps, you know, it's an Aquaman. But that guy swims faster. He's different, man. You know, he's built different. You know, and he has an ability because he has trained to do this a lot. And when you do something for a long time, you're a different person. Well, same thing with what we do. When you're driving and you're looking at things that go super fast all the time, you know, you get used to what I'm saying, like the norm. This is the normal things. There's a lot of things. And then when you see something that's out of the normal, it's when you capture that immediately. Because your mind is trying to see all the norm. And then boom, what is that? Immediately you're gonna see it. Immediately. And I'm telling you, I have seen some weird shit. Like weird shit. Now, for instance, if you drive too many
In 1
miles.
mile, use the left 2 lanes and keep left towards Interstate 80 West, Salt Lake.
Alright. So you drive too many miles, right? And you're fatigued now. You're driving too many miles, you're fatigued, you're like asleep, you know, because it happens. We work 70 hours a week. Let's see. There's a movie you guys can watch about this. The guy said, "Oh, I see the black dog." You know, truck drivers, we all talk about this. The black dog. Oh, you see the black dog? You're like, what the hell, the black dog? So many people, and that's crazy because this is how our brains work. You know, we pretty much see the same things. What's the black dog? So when you're fatigued, you're driving, you're really
Now keep
fatigued,
left.
you're gonna see the black dog. Basically, you're hallucinating. After a while,
Follow Interstate 80 West for 48 miles.
after a while, your brain is starting like seeing things that are not there. Okay, and then you start seeing figures moving around in bright daylight. You might see stuff that's on fire for no reason. You know, psychedelic stuff. Because yeah, think about it, like we have this DMT in our body. So I think once you get really fatigued, something happens to your body that you release some DMT. So I know this for sure because I have experienced this before. For sure I have experienced this before. I seen the black dog before. One day I was driving it. You know, I always laughed about that, but So like I'm driving around. I don't remember where I was. I think I was crossing Ohio and I was going to across all the way to California. Because I was doing a lot of California and all the way to the East Coast. So East Coast to the West Coast, West Coast to the East Coast. You know, bringing humanity, you know, dry food, driving. So I think I was somewhere in Indiana or maybe Ohio, like in the turnpike right there. And I was so tired, you guys. I was so tired from driving so many hours. Like I was working 70 hours a week, and you know when you work that many hours and you're constantly driving, like, and you're new at this, it takes a while for your body and your brain to get used to. So I was like, what is that? I looked, and I seen like this. It looked like a freaking like a deer. And it was like, it was in the afternoon. Okay, it's around maybe 3, 4 o'clock, whatever. And there was a lot of traffic out there, man. There's a lot of traffic out there in that turnpike in Ohio, man. I don't know anyone I've traveled through there, but there's a lot of traffic in that turnpike in Ohio. And, shoot, boy, I seen it. It looked like a black Doberman. I said, what the fuck? So I went to hit the brakes, you know. And these things just vanish, you know, vanish in front of me. So, like, holy crap, what happened, you know? So, yeah, that was the black dog, you know. And then, I called my buddy, I said, hey, man, I think you see the black dog. He goes, no way, dude. You know, because we went to trucker school together, so we went to trucking school together, and then we did. He graduated, left, and then I graduated, left, and then we didn't see each other for like 3 years, man. Because the whole time we're going around the country, and we keep missing each other. Like, this country's huge. I said, man, I see the black dog. He goes, no freaking way. And he hasn't seen it yet. And he called me one day. He goes, I see the black dog too, man. But that was the only time I see the black dog. And a lot of truck drivers see the same shit. It's the weirdest stuff ever. What I did see later was freaking dinosaurs. And I know you guys are gonna laugh about this. And go ahead and laugh because it is funny. But I love dinosaurs. Like, I'm a reptile crazy person. And guys, I'm telling you, like, I was seeing the velociraptors like running around the freaking rocks, man, over there fucking in Arizona, man, by Flagstaff, and you know, like they were going around raptors, man, through the trees and shit, and they were jumping into the highway, but they were completely shadow beings. Let me tell you now, shadow beings, like shadows. Now, remember this. I know people know this. People talk about paralysis, right? From like shadow person, like, you know, the shadow person, you know, theory, whatever, you know, whatever you want to call it. And people talk about this all the time. Shadow deal. Well, I was seeing the same thing, but in dinosaur form while I was driving because I was so fatigued from driving that my brain was hallucinating shadow dinosaurs, like big ones and stuff. And then I even got to a point where I see the road like a roller coaster, like it's flipping around and turning around, you know. And as soon as that happened, I'm telling you, as soon as I started seeing the dinosaurs, things moving around, like I'm actually hallucinated, I stopped that truck immediately. I didn't keep running, even though it was fascinating to see these things, because I know I'm tired, you know, I know I'm tired, but, and I know I'm driving safe, but this is not normal to hallucinate shadow beings, right? Now, they were not clear beings or nothing like that, like a body form, but they were shadow beings, you know. So, I definitely, you know, stop the truck immediately wherever I was, try to park that thing immediately and get off the road and take some breaths. And it did didn't matter what my dispatcher said or my boss said. I didn't care to fire me. I could go. I didn't want to continue because just think about this. Your brain is seeing shadow animals. You guys can research. This is a true phenomenon. It's a true phenomenon in truck driving. Because one thing is being fatigued from work or like in the computer, you get the fatigue as well, or like pilots get fatigue. But driving fatigue, that's a different deal. If you have taken a big road trip before, you know what I'm talking about. Imagine doing that every single day for 70 hours per week. So basically, every day you're driving 10 hours. That's 7 days, man. 10 hours. That's 70 hours. You just think about what it does to you if you're not used to it. It completely changes your perspective on a lot of things, you know. And after years of training your mind and your eyes, you know, because it's senses, you know, on our eyes, our senses, you know, you start like, you know, it's like anything. You're working out your brain, you're working out your mind, you know. It does something weird to you, man. It does. When this truck stops, it's like, at first it's hard to control it. You stop and you get out and you go inside the gas station or something, you see people, they're like, they look weird. They look weird. They look like they're not even real. You know? It's like people are not even real. Because see, you gotta think about physics as well. Like, you're constantly moving. So you are moving forward. So you're moving mass. And you're moving with it. You're moving with the time. And you're going over time zones as well. Right? So it's got to do something to your body, being constantly in motion for too many hours consecutive. And I'm not talking about a day or two, a month, or a year. I'm talking about years of this. 7, 10, 20 years of this. It has to do something to your body. Like, and I'm not, maybe like, obviously health-wise, it's pretty bad for you. But I'm thinking about mentally. What does this do mentally? Because, man, I'm telling you, I got 7 years right now. And my mind is different than when I first started. And not for the worst, for the better. I'm a lot sharper as far as like calculating speeds immediately, motion sensitive, motion sensitive, you know, motion, like I'm talking and I'm driving, but I know this is hard to believe, but this truck is just driving by itself. I am not even thinking about what I'm doing. I'm just talking. It's just, you know, when you're walking and you didn't even remember that you were walking because you're just walking around and you're not paying attention. You're just walking. It's the same thing. Just driving this truck. And this route I'm going right now that you guys are seeing on the screen, I have done it 100 million times. My brain, my body, like my brain, memory muscle right now, I know every single crack, crazy, bump on this freaking highway right now. Right now. I do have a GPS because it tells me about way stations, time, and I plan my trip with my GPS to be able to get to places. I also can see if there's going to be parking spots for me when I'm going, and I can see the shippers and receivers, and I can have satellite views of where I'm going as well. This is really important because I can put this truck, you know, I can turn this truck anywhere like that. So but it keeps me in track as well too, because I might lose sense of motion, sense of track. Like, it's so confusing sometimes from the fatigue that you just kept on driving, and before you know, it's like, oh crap, I passed where I needed to go. I completely blew it off, and now I gotta do extra miles, and they're not gonna pay me. So that's what I use the GPS. It keeps me. It's a reminder, like an alarm clock. You know, like you said, all right, I'm gonna go to bed. Some people are trained not to even put an alarm clock, and older ones, they have to have it, but they always wake up at 6 in the morning every day for 40 years of their life, right? Why do you have to have an alarm clock? Because it gives you a track, man. Same thing with me. So that's the only difference. You know, it's the same. It's the same. So we're creatures of habit, you know. And when you hop in this truck, it's nothing but habits. And they're bad habits and they're good habits. So it's gonna happen, you know. You're gonna have good habits and bad habits. And it's up to you to keep sane inside this rocket with wheels, man. You know, it's not that easy like people think. Guys, I got 1 more hour left on my clock. Gotta figure out where am I gonna park to be able to spend the night, all the stuff, eat some dinner, you know. I cook in the truck, so I don't have to worry about that. So I can literally I can park in a rest area, pull up on the side of the road. I'd rather be in a rest area sometimes, or like in a big parking lot. These truck stops are scary because there's a lot of people that can crash into you and you know, try to steal your load, or you know, most of it's like they're gonna hit you because they're backing right next to you, and they're new, they don't know how to back up, things like that, you know, or they're careless too. So, but it is what it is, you know. I don't know where I'm gonna spend the night most of the time. I try to do time management and trip planning, but we're talking about traffic, weather. It can be very unpredictable. So I'm just gonna let it be, and then say, well, where am I gonna spend the night? You know, I really thought I was gonna spend the night a lot farther back, but I've driven a lot farther than what I thought I was gonna driven today. So let's see where am I gonna, you know, let's see where I'm gonna spend the night at. You know, that's the fun of it. You know, sometimes it's just a surprise. Guys, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. But most of it, subscribe. I need enough subscribers to keep doing these videos, so more and more people can hear my stories. And share it with friends. I love to have a whole community of people together, and I want to hear your stories. I want to read the stories in the comments. That will make me really happy. I know a lot of people got really cool stories, man. I want to hear them. I had a few stories today that were fun. I've been live for 2 hours and 27 minutes. Wow, that's like the longest live I've ever done. I like that. We're doing great. We are doing good. Here comes a bunch of curves now. We're about to drop in Salt Lake City, guys. We're about to drop in Salt Lake City. You know where I'm gonna get? You know what I'm gonna? Hopefully, I can get to the TA. Travel Stops of America. It's right in front of the Salt Lake. So we pass Salt Lake City right now. What time is it? 18:09. Okay. We can make it, guys. We can make it right at the TA. That's where we're spending the night. I love that TA. It's a big TA. It's got like horses in the back and everything. It's pretty cool. That's where we're going. That's where we're staying. Usually when I take this route, then I pick up beef either in Greeley or Windsor now. This one picked up in Windsor, Colorado. I usually drive from there all the way to the TA past Salt Lake City. So that's where we're going. That's exactly where we're gonna go. Subscribe to the channel, please, so we can keep this footage, you know, and stories, and share with people. Come on, guys. It's free. It's free 99. Think about this. What's free right now? Nothing's free right now. YouTube's free, man. I love YouTube because it's free. Think about it. And it's free for you guys to give me a thumbs up right now and subscribe to my channel. What a salesman, huh? Come on now. Give me the thumbs up, man. It's right there. Boom. Thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell icon. Come on now. Please do a favor to this truck driver. I moved the country for you guys, you know, so we can all eat some beef. Thumbs up and subscribe. And comment down below, man. I want to hear stuff. Whatever. Just put whatever you want. It's just fun to see stuff, you know. You know, and let me know if my stories, you know. I love it. Like, you know that guy, Mr. Ballin? I know you guys know him. I love Mr. Ballin. Mr. Ballin is such a good storyteller guy. And because I'm a storyteller person too as well. Like, I love telling stories. I got a gazillion ones. And I would love to do what Mr. Ballin does, man. I love Mr. Ballin, man. I definitely we hear him every day, and I do every day. But you know, I would like to do that too as well. As I'm driving the truck, I will tell stories live right here on YouTube, baby. Right here on YouTube, and you guys can hear my stories instead of being around the campfire. You guys are watching a beautiful view. You're seeing the mountains. Look at these mountains in Utah. Check it out. Look at the mountains in Utah, guys. Still got snow on the caps. Look. Isn't that cool? Here comes Salt Lake City, man. Getting close to it. Oh yeah, beautiful place, Utah. Cool place, man. Utah, baby, Utah. Watch this scenery, it's so cool. Going down through this mountains right now, that's gonna be awesome. This is one of my favorite parts of this trip. This is a very comfortable mountain ride, and well, for me that I'm more experienced now, but when I was new, this was scary. We're back. We just got a little signal interference. But Bryce has still got a lot of signal here in the mountains. Hopefully you guys are getting a good view. Guys, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon. And hit that thumbs up, man, for the algorithm. That way, when I do this video, bam, it'll show up right in your feed. So you won't miss it. I go to a lot of places. I go to the best place in the United States, the West, baby. I'm constantly in the West. I do the 11 Western. What do? We do Texas. We do New Mexico. We do Arizona, Utah, Idaho, Wyoming, Colorado. We do Nebraska. That's as far as east we go. We're still west. We do California, Washington State, Oregon, Montana. We do Montana. Montana's gorgeous, guys. Yes, yes. We do all the 11s. We do, what am I? Nevada. We do Nevada. Yes, we do. Vegas, baby. We do Nevada. Nevada's good. Hoover Dam. I go to the Hoover Dam all the time. It's so cool. Can't wait to show you guys. Can't wait to show you. That's fun. What else we do? What else we do? Come on now. Let me know. There's one more. Arizona. We said Arizona? I think we did. We do Arizona. We go all the way down to the border of Mexico. Yuma, Arizona. Go all the way down there, guys. Yeah. All the way out to the end of the country, all the way up to the other end of the country. We go all the way up with Washington, border with Canada. All the way up there we do. Montana as well. Yes, sir. We forgetting anyone? No, I think we did already. All the 11. That's what we do. That's what we do. And then, man, I'm telling you, the Rockies are amazing. There's no other place to drive around to have the best views of the Rockies, guys. What's going on over here? Somebody got pulled over. Let's see. Oh, yeah, speed. Oh, yeah. They gotta catch you. Oh, they got the backpacks out? Ooh, that's a drug bus right there. You know it. Hey guys, I know better. Whenever I see backpacks out on the road, on top of them hoods on the truck, that's a drug bus. That's a drug bus right there, boy. That's right. Ooh, my windshield's dirty. You guys should see my mirrors. They're completely disgusting. Excuse me when I clean this real quick. That's better. Yeah, we just went through a lot of rain through Wyoming, man. And it's just all that dirty rain, you know. I'm glad I didn't wash my truck before I left. It would have been a waste of money. Definitely gonna wash it when I get to California. We wait till this trip is over to do that, though. Once the trip is over, oh, look at that. The ski resort's still open. there. Wow. Oh, somebody's snowboarding right now. And it's 49 degrees, guys. Believe it or not, there's still a little bit of snow in this ski resort. It's crazy. The fattest guy just passed me. Oh, we're gonna start climbing. This is a huge climb, man. Big climb. Here we go. Start going down in gears. 41 mile an hour. Big climb. .36 mile an hour, 15 gear. I'm gonna jump down to 13 gear, from 15 to 13. How do you like that? We're too heavy. We're 76,000 pounds and some change worth of beef, guys. April Fool's Day is today. Happy April Fool's Day. Yep, this is our big long stream of April Fool's Days. When we talked about aliens, Bigfoot, ghost stories. Truck driving, guys. Shadow people. How about them shadow people, huh? And we do all that while we're driving up in the mountains. Let's get it. Making our way to the left lane here. This is the 4-lane highway. And I always check our mirrors, make sure nobody's going to crash into us. I'm going 36 miles per hour right now, very slow as you guys can see. This tanker is heavy, man. He's probably 118,000 pounds or more. 120, maybe 140. I'm just guessing. I know he is heavy. The lane is gonna merge right here, and I'm gonna start going downhill. And now this is the fun part. Are you guys ready or what? Here we go.
Downhill ahead.
And he's gonna delete people. I don't want to delete anyone. So this is the way you go down the mountain. So basically, I have Jake brake, which is engine brake. They got 1, 2, and 3. I'm at number 3 right now. Okay, and I have air brakes, obviously, but mine are disc brakes, which are a little better than the regular drum brakes. So if you guys can hear the psh, psh, that's me applying the air brakes. And I stab brake. So I hit the brakes, stab, count to 5, let go. Let it right down, the brakes, stab, 5 seconds, let go. Now I gotta make sure I hit it like less than the 25 psi. So if I hit it more than that, then I start heating up the brakes too much. But it's the only way to control, because I'm 76,000 pounds plus, and you do not want to hit those curves far faster than 75 mile an hour, because you know you'll tip the truck over. You guys can see this in video, but that guy's smoking the brakes. Woo, driver, man, let me call you Smokey, Mr. Smokey, smoking the brakes. And I ain't talking about no freaking cup. I ain't talking about no bear. I'm talking about you are smoky brakes.
Downhill ahead.
Brother, you are a couple miles away from me, and I can smell the brakes, man. Woo, I can smell those brakes. That guy is in front of me. He's a mile away from me right now. Boy, I can smell the smoke, because he's smoking the brakes. He's riding the brakes. Can you imagine? You're like 70,000, 80,000 pounds, and you're gonna hit this brakes, the brake pad, all the way down this huge mountain. Look how big this mountain is. What happens when there's weight, velocity, and friction? What happens? It heats up, right? You create heat, and this brake pad heats up so much. It'll heat up the drum, and then it'll become so hot that it's gonna melt. Basically welding the brakes together, or just melt it. Once the cold air hits it and it cools off just a little bit, people that know a little bit about, you know, chemistry knows that it cracks. Metal will crack. And then guess what? They don't have a brake. They don't even have drums anymore to be able to brake. And now, you're going to go down the hill without brakes. You're a missile wheels going down the hill without brakes. You cannot stop this truck. And they got runaway ramps, but they're pretty far from each other. Now the trailers have mechanical brakes. The trailers. When that happens, mechanical brakes apply, but the truck is so heavy, it's just going to keep rolling until that breaks. Very dangerous. That's why I drive a manual truck. Those automatic trucks that you guys seen on the road, extremely dangerous. Extremely dangerous. Because it won't let you, if you put it in a manual, like it's an automatic truck, they still have a clutch, internal clutch, and if you put it in manual and you go down the hill, as soon as you press the brake, it's going to disengage the manual, and it's going to go all the way to 12th gear, and you can't put it back in manual because you're burning the clutch, because you're going too fast, and now all you got to do is hit the brakes. Here comes the tanker flying down the hill. Look at this guy. He's a maniac. This is so dangerous, guys. Look at this. Look at this guy right behind him. Super dangerous. They're gambling with people's lives. That's some scary stuff right there, man. I would never do that. All these years of driving, never did it. 7 years, I want to do it today. No way. I value my life in others. I am a professional truck driver. Professional. I can be crazy, but I'm still a professional.
Downhill ahead.
That guy blew up his tire. I hope you guys are enjoying this view, man. This is so cool. I tell you what, this camera makes no justice. No justice of how beautiful this is. And guess what? I get to enjoy it all the time. I come here pretty much every week. Every week. And I'm not tired of it. I'm not tired at all. It's too beautiful to be tired of this. Maybe when I have 40 years of doing it. I don't think so. This is too much. Look at this. Look how nice it is. Why would I want to go so fast? I will miss the beauty. I'll miss this. I don't want to go that fast. Because this way I give more time for everybody else to pass me and be safe. Look at this guy. Woo! Look, he's a maniac. Man, I wonder why you need to be so fast. Like, what's going on, you know? What's going on in that guy's life that he has to be in such a rush? That he's risking his life and others. Get enough of this view. I'll take it. Can you believe they paid me to do this? They actually paid me good money to do this. Woo, that guy's going fast. Scary. Yeah, no me. I'd rather be safe than sorry. To see the nasty accidents. See, once you see what I see before, you will never go faster here. You can no unsee it. Let's put it that way. Very bad. Can't take it out of my mind. I wish I could delete it. It's not pretty, guys. Not pretty. Alright, here we go. Salt Lake City.
Truck rollover risk ahead.
You have 2 hours of drive time left.
I actually have 30 minutes of drive time left because my 14. I was on duty today for longer than I drove. I was on duty for like 2.5 hours, 3 hours. So now we're gonna see the big mountains. Now we're gonna see the monsters. There they are, guys. Look at that. Oh man, I tell you, that video doesn't do any justice. Those mountains are touching the clouds, baby. They're touching the heavens. Incredible. Incredible. Can we make it to the TA? Let's see. Can we make it? I hope so. Look at those mountains, guys. The big ones. Ooh, I bet it's not on this curve right here. There's a golf course down there. God, look at that. How gorgeous. They're looking good today, the mountains. Got that rain over. It's raining all over there. Oh yeah, look at that. Check that out. Don't forget to subscribe and like. Hit the bell icon so when I do this live videos, it'll go right to your feed. You can watch it and don't miss any future content. Woo! Stay right there, buddy. Not nowhere now. Oh yeah, Salt Lake City, man. And we always have a long truck here. Oh yeah. Yeah, what time is it? 18:38. Oh yeah. Well, not as bad if it was 4 o'clock in the afternoon. You know. Not as bad if it was 1600. This is a madness. I think we missed the best of it, but it's a good thing. That was the plan. What? I never thought I was gonna get this far.
In 5 miles, take right exit 308 to Interstate 80 West.
Wait, here we go. I think we're gonna make it. us out tomorrow, make sure you hit that bell icon. We're gonna go to the salt flats tomorrow. They're gonna be cool, man. I love going to the salt flats. Hopefully it's nice and white. We can see all the salt. I'm gonna be live tomorrow morning. Salt Flats, Utah. Right next to the Salt Lake, baby. Make sure you subscribe and hit the bell icon. That way when I make that live video tomorrow, Salt Flats, you don't miss it. You don't miss it. You don't want to miss the Salt Flats. That's like really good. A really good live video. And we're going to be talking about more aliens, more ghost stories, more paranormal stuff.
In 3 miles, take right exit 308.
I want to read some of your comments so we'll just see. Maybe I can type some of your stories and stuff. But we're definitely going paranormal tomorrow. Welcome to Salt Lake City, guys.
In 2 miles, take right exit 308 to Interstate 80 West.
80 West. Torino. Yeah, tomorrow we do the Salt Flats and then we get to Nevada. We go to Reno. That's gonna be cool. I love that trip. It's a good trip, guys. It really is. Here we go. Brake check. Brake check. Brake check. There, truck driver. Brake check. Oh yeah, it gets a little bottled up over here. Woo, guys. Smoking. Come on now. Slow down, buddy. Oh, maniac, man. Freaking maniacs. Yeah, let the people merge. There's space and time for everybody. Come on now.
In 1 mile, take right exit 308.
Pay attention really well when you're driving with this traffic, because guess what? They're not paying attention.
In half a mile, take right exit 308.
You gotta anticipate the unexpected all the time. All the time.
In a quarter of a mile, take exit 308 to Interstate 80 West. Now exit right.
Now it's gonna get better. Not as crazy. gotta be careful. Or you tip and flip over the truck. Totally different than driving a car. Totally different. So be patient when you see truck drivers out there. If they're going slow, that means they're caring about you. If they're going fast and crazy, they don't care about you. We go, there's this beautiful lake. Like I kind of suck if it's raining in the salt flats because then it wouldn't be as white. It's just gonna look like sand. That sucks. It takes a while to dry though. Once it dries, it looks really, really white.
Interstate 80 west for 17 miles.
17 miles to my destination. And we will stop working now. So we're heading all the way to California, all the way to Oakland. Is the destination with full port, right at the port, right at the port. We don't have to be there to Friday at 7 a.m. So we got plenty of time to make it there. Because I'm almost halfway there now. getting it, baby. We're getting it. 12 minutes. 12 minutes. 10 miles to go. Let's go. Giddy up. Giddy up. Come on. Yeah, make sure you hit that bell icon, man, because tomorrow morning, and all day, Bigfoot, ghost stories, alien stories, shadow people, gnomes. I got gnome stories tomorrow, elves and gnomes. Here in Utah, man, it's trending right now. Gnomes. People are seeing gnomes running around in their yard and stuff. It's trending right now, man. We're gonna talk about it tomorrow. I have seen a few of those myself. Oh yeah, running around. You just gotta open your mind to this. They've been around forever, guys. Actually, that's how it happens. It's 55 degrees. It could happen. Well, at least I cleaned my windshield. Little blessing from the sky.